Right, Gavin. So we're talking about keys there in the last one. So key of C, and then we got onto the key of G as well with the song Memories there. So we'll talk about that in a second. So all you need to know about this for now, anyway, is that it's a family of seven chords. Now that's not to say you can't bring in other chords as well, but if you're in the key of C, let's say you've got seven chords that will basically they're pretty much guaranteed to work together and sound coherent together. And the more songs you learn, the more you'll see those chords it specifically go together when you're in that key. So chord of one then in the key of C is of course C major. So let's C, chord of two, D minor, chord of three, E minor, chord of four is F major, chord of five is G, chord of six is A minor. Now, chord of six is the relative minor, right? This goes for whatever key you're in. So that means that if you're in the key of C major, you're also in the key of whatever the sixth is, and that's in this case A minor. Then chord of seven is always a diminished one. Now, for most song purposes, diminished chords are not really relevant. It's just a kind of a natural byproduct of how the chords are derived in the key. So you can basically narrow it down to six. Okay, yeah, so with that one then, you've got the memory song, so it like this. C, G, A minor, E minor, F to C, F to G. Now the only thing is that song is in the recording of that song, at least the one I have on Spotify anyway, is in the key of B. So that means you can either, to play along like this, you would have to tune your whole guitar down by a semitone, because to take it from C to B, obviously you got to go down by one, but obviously you can't just do that. So another option is to use a different set of chords and take them up the fretboard. So that's how we got to the key of G. So same deal here, right? Just a slightly different set of chords, right? So we've got G, which we already had. So that's chord of one. Chord of two, A minor. Chord of three, B minor. So we have B diminished in the last one. So B minor is just A minor up two frets. So what you want to do is switch around. That's very bright. Switch around the A minor so that the middle finger is leading. So that there, second string, first fret, and then the other two on the two strings above it, second fret. So it should sound exactly the same. So middle fingers or first fingers free, bring it up by A sharp, B. And you only need the five for this particular shape, since you don't need the sixth string down here, then you don't need it up here either. It's the same shape, so you can just hold down the five strings and mute that one there. Okay, so that's chord of three. Chord of four is C, chord major. Chord of five is D major, unlike last time we had D minor. And chord of six is E minor. So again, that's the relative minor. So in this case, we're in the key of G major and we're in the key of E minor. Then F sharp diminished. That's how that one's done. So it's basically a D7 with an F sharp in the bass. That's one way of playing it anyway. And then you're back to G again. So now, Memories is in the key of B, right? So what you can do then is, if you play that G set of chords down here without any capo, you're in the key of G, right? So naturally then, if you take all of that up by one string, then you're in the key of G sharp, A sharp, B. So if you throw the capo on, fourth fret, then you've got G, D, E minor, B minor. Now for the E to B minor, your first finger is kind of already in the right spot. It just needs to turn around and fall down across the strings. So from there. Then next one is C to G, then C to D. So one more time, that sequence is G, D, E minor, B minor, C, G, C, D. So yeah, I don't know about getting a capo now, but I mean, I'm sure you could probably order one somewhere. But they really are handy, just for kind of giving the guitar a different look. You know, you can throw it up on the seventh fret and get a totally different sound. Okay, yeah, and so but those two families of chords, just throw a few chords around with them. You know, that's kind of how songwriting is done a lot of the time. You know, you just get chords that you know work together, and you just kind of mess about with them a little bit. So they're handy in that way. But as well as that, they're a great way to guide you through learning songs because more songs than not follow those patterns. So you'd be surprised how much they come up. So, all right, give that a go. I'll talk to you next time.